Hi there everyone, I hope you're all okay. My name's Jean, if you haven't had a look at one of my videos before, and it's mostly unboxings that I do on here, and that's what I've got for you today. So, shall we get on with it? Okay, so I went out earlier on this morning. When I got back, the postman had already been, and my ScrawlrBox for June was through the letterbox. So yeah, I've held off opening it until now, and yeah, we'll have a look what's inside. I'll let you all know now, I haven't done anything with the one I filmed a few days ago yet, because I've not had a chance to, but I'm really going to give it a go. You're probably getting a bit fed up of me saying, oh yeah, I'm going to have a go with them, and then doing nothing and having nothing to show the next time I make a video. So, fingers crossed. I will do my best to have a go with that this weekend, and hopefully with this one as well. So, let's see what we've got. If you've seen me doing these videos before, you'll already know that ScrawlrBox is a UK subscription company that do boxes of mystery until you open them art supplies, and you can get anything in them. I've had so many different things over the years that I've been buying these, stuff that I wouldn't have otherwise bought and even thought of trying. But it's nice to sometimes give your brain a little bit of a push and maybe have a go with something that you're not used to. So here we go. Your first glance is the same as mine, and we've got Scrawlrazine number 118 here. So let's see what we have. We've got the print from this month's featured artist. Now I may mispronounce her surname, and I apologise in advance if I do that. I'm not sure if she pronounces her name as Claudia or Claudia, but her surname, as I say, I might butcher it. Guarilia. Apologies if I've totally butchered that, but this is the print from her that we have in this month's box. And it says she's an illustrator and mixed media artist from Italy, but based in London. Ever since I can remember, I've always loved drawing and being creative, to the point that one of my favourite presents I got as a child was actually a big box of art supplies. Of course, they were nothing fancy, but still those drawers, filled with cheap pencils, markers, paints and more, held a world of creative possibilities for me to unlock. Fast forward to now, and not much has changed. I still love drawing, playing with shapes and compositions, getting messy and hoarding art supplies. I know that one. Some of the themes I like to focus on in my works include the little things, romanticising life and playfulness. I am very passionate about colour, and I want my piece to be cute, uplifting, pieces to be cute, uplifting, a bit silly and have a little whimsy, something that I really try to actively incorporate in my life. I believe that anything creative we do is an extension of ourselves, so I try my best to put my true self in what I make. Other passions include music, fashion, especially vintage, social matters and caring for the planet, which are also all things that influence my practice. So far, I have worked on book covers, private commissions, illustrations for branding, and I have illustrated a book on friendship, which is to this day one of my proudest moments. I also love to be creative in other ways, like doing crochet, bits of DIY, and I have taken up tufting recently, which has been an amazing way to reimagine the way I make art. And at the bottom here, we've got Claudia's Instagram and TikTok addresses, so I will put those downstairs in the info block with the other information. So that, come on, go back into your box. Yes, I did just tell a picture to get back into its box. Oh dear. Right, so as I say, we've got Scrawlzine 118 for June 2025. We have, I might as well just open the packet of supplies, I don't know. We've got an A5 mixed media pad, exclusive to ScrawlrBox. It doesn't say who the manufacturer is, but that's okay. Now this actually feels like there's a box of something in here and some loose pencils. I will also pop downstairs the recommended retail prices of all these supplies, so you can see how it compares when you put it against the price of the box itself. So we have a sweetie. What does it actually say about this? This looks like an orange sherbet one. Oh, pineapple. Pineapple flavour, hard-boiled sweet with a tangy sherbet centre. A sherbet pineapple. Oh, I'm going to have to try and find them. I love pineapple and I love sherbet sweets. Fantastic. Right, so there is a Daler-Rowney. Let me get this right. Black Fineliner. And this is a 0.5mm nib, so it is going to be a fine line. Then we've got two Daler-Rowney Artist Pastel pencils. We've got 345 in green grey and 416 in maroon. And that's those. I'm not really filming this in the middle of the night. It's just going a little bit dark outside now, and I've got my ring light on, and I've just not turned the big light on yet. I fell asleep earlier on and kind of woke up in a pool of sweat with a video on YouTube that I hadn't actually started watching before I fell asleep, if that makes any sense. Okay, and there's this month's sticker. That one can go there. And then we've got a pack of Lyra Germany Aqua Brush Duo Duo tip means more scribble factor, complete with brush tip and fine bullet. And how many? This is skin tones one. Should be interesting. Even more so if I can get the box open. Try not to tear it to ribbons. I hate tearing the boxes that things come in because they're always handy to stop them wandering about all over the house. Not that they sprout legs when I'm not looking, because that doesn't happen. But you know what it's like. You pick something up and then you put it down somewhere else. And then when you do want it again, you can't remember where the heck you've put it, or even when you last used it. So I try and keep the supplies that come in boxes in their boxes, so that I know that they're all kept together. So I'll take them out to show you. These are what we've got. Does it tell us which colour's which? It might say on the back of the box. Let's have a look. Okay. So we've got light orange, which looks more like a pale lemon colour. Naples yellow, which I think is that one, that looks like a cream colour. Flesh tint medium is that one, quite a pale pink. Flesh Tint Light, a slightly darker pink. Can you, let's see, can you tell you can just about tell the difference in the shades. Sorry about the brightness of the ring light, but I don't want to turn the light on it down any, because it'll just make it difficult for me to show you anything, and it might mean I've got to get up and put the big light on, and I don't want to do that just yet. Okay, Mars Red, which is a browny colour, and then we've got Van Dyke Van Dyke Brawn. So Van Dyke Brown. What's it say? Lyra Aqua Brush Duo is a pen with a brush-on effect, especially made for artists, designers, and also suitable for hobby painters. The tips are extremely stable. There is a broad tip on one side, which allows brush-like technique. There is a broad tip on one side, which allows brush-like techniques. Fine lines and drawings are easy to do with the tip on the other side. Right, okay. So, yes. That's these fellas. I guess now I'm awake, and because I'm not actually going to bed just yet, I could probably have a go with last month's things that came through, and see if I can create some little woodland animal with the pastels that came. Give it a go, see how it goes. Okay, so as I say, we've got a sit down with the featured artist Claudia Guarelia. That's a little question and answer session over these couple of pages. Then we've got some scroller tips, a Lyra Markers 101, a little bit about swatching them, fabric flow, a few things to note when drawing fabric. Oh, that's interesting. That really sounds. I don't think I've seen a tip like that in one of the scroller zines before. It's about things to note when drawing fabric. So yeah, salty. Add salt. Water down your pigment on a palette, then apply to the page. While it's still wet, sprinkle on some coarse salt and let it dry. Once dry, brush the salt away to reveal a speckled texture effect. And there's a bit about tie-dye effect. There's a little bit about creating visual effects by mimicking stitches. And then we've got a deep dive on using Lyra Aqua brush markers. That's a couple of pages about it there. We've got some artist's advice behind the artwork, her favourite supplies, and some notes about adding texture, enjoying the process and building up layers. So this is going to be a really good sit down and read it edition of Scrawler Zine as well. So, and we've got Scrawler Gallery. Now this was a box that I didn't actually open on camera. It was one that I got, and I think at that particular point I was just feeling a bit and not really feeling the arty bit. But the Scrawler challenge for that particular box was Ripple Effect, and they had included some of Stuart Semple's paints in little pouches there. So there's some of the things that people created and sent in. So yes, I know that if I'd have had a go, I wouldn't have come up with anything like that. My stuff often doesn't come out like it looks in my head, and inevitably disappoints me. So we've got box 116, Scrawler Top 3, Andrew Buchanan, Laurie Nicholas, and Daniela Schorsch. Then we've got a Scrawler Extra Scrawler Stash about an artist called Paul Bainbridge. Says he's one of the most active Scrawler community members, and it's talking about his art stash. Another Scrawler's Gallery, Scrawler Fest April 2025. Oh yeah, I saw a bit about that on Facebook. I think it was. It's a little bit like you know, the one that various art Inktober. It's a little bit like Inktober, but it was called Scrawlfest April, and there was a different art prompt every day through April to see what people came up with, and there's some of the things that people created. They're really nice. I like them. Canvas to couture. That's another bit in the Scrawler actually. That looks that's interesting. So there's one of Thierry Mugler's creations and one of Alexander McQueen's. And the ScrawlrBox prompt for the challenge in this magazine is Style Statement. So let's see what we can, see what I can come up with for that. I know it says to try and use the supplies that you get in the box that you've got in front of you that's got that magazine in, but I think something like that might possibly need a little bit extra, and I can see where that little bit inside the magazine about drawing fabric, I can see where that comes in on that prompt now. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting to do, I think. Let's see how it goes. Right, okay, so that's everything that's in this box. If you've stayed to the end, thank you for doing that. And if you've enjoyed what you've seen, you know, give me a thumbs up. If you want, drop me a comment and I'll do my best to get back to you as quick as I can. If you've not subscribed to the channel yet and you think that you want to see more of my videos, please feel free to. I recently managed to hit the plus 100 mark, so at least I'm into 3 figures of subscribers now, and it's nice considering how long I've had this channel going. So thank you for stopping by. Do take care of yourselves and look after each other. It's very hot at the moment. We're on a thunderstorm warning from the Met Office, so that's something that we've got to keep an eye out for. If you're going anywhere, do make sure that you take water to drink and probably some sun cream as well if you're planning on being outside the house in clothing where you might have skin exposed other than your face. Obviously wear some protection factor on your face as well, you know. Be careful, please don't fry yourself out there because sunburn is not nice and it hurts. So with that in mind, I'll see you in the next video, and thanks again for coming by. See you soon. Bye.